Hey guys, welcome back. Well, it's been I don't know, a day and a half since I got that lower dampener cleaned. So let's see. I mean, last night I loaded it as I normally would. I have yet to come out here this morning. I did load it kind of late. It was like 11:30 at night, and there was still actually a lot of coals, some decent wood in there. It wasn't crazy. I wanted to load it like I normally would, like 8, 9 o'clock, but there was just way too much wood in there still. So I threw in as much as I normally would, right? Or what I normally would for the last couple weeks, which is a lot more than I normally do. So let's see here. We're at 178 degrees. It's at idle. Oxygen says 20.9. I have no idea if that's correct or not. I mean, everything else is zeros, right? Is that normal for idle? Obviously, it's been idling a while. It's 178 degrees. I don't know. I guess I really don't pay attention to that number when I'm not out here, but yeah. So I guess let's open her up here and see. Let's shake the handle and see how she feels. Yeah, so that feels back to normal. Let's crack the door and see. My guess, now this is a guess, that there's wood still left in there. I pray to God there's wood in there. It's 22 degrees right now. Everything's on. Shops, everything. Kiln's not running, but. So, same heat load as I normally do. Alright, look at the amount of coals there is. I doubt you can even see this. So, the coal bed, that's all coals, right? Lots of it. That would be easily probably another two burn cycles. So all I'm gonna do, I think, is stir it up. I kind of want that to burn down a little bit before I throw more. It's getting close to the sides of the panels. I do know that my coal bed's been phenomenal. So I don't know if that has something to do with how it's been burning or what. So I think I'm just gonna, like I said, just stir it up a little bit. I'm gonna be outside here for the next 4 hours, so I'll be able to add wood in a little bit here. Let's see. Side panels look good. So, yeah, there was a lot of coals, and I just don't want to add more to that, so it's just going to raise up too high. I'll let it go through another burn cycle, I think, maybe just one, and then the second burn cycle, because I'll be out here doing other stuff, should be good after that. So, with the amount of wood I put in there, I don't know, man. It got cold last. I'm so like I'm pretty sure it's back to normal, right? I mean, I have everything running. It's not out cold, right? Like I should have been out here early this morning just to check on it. I didn't. I had a feeling it was going to be burning a lot better. So yesterday when I was outside and it's running, mid-run, I'd say after a couple minutes of running. Obviously, that initial fire up, you're going to get a little bit of smoke until the coals kind of reignite. I looked at the control board, right? Because at one point, it was, you could tell, you could hear it running, and I look at the chimney, and it's just, you could see the heat coming out. And I looked at the gauge, and it was hovering around 6%. You know, the dampeners are open and closing, and I opened the door just to make sure it's not just coals, and I still had a lot of wood in there, so it's definitely gassing. And you could hear when I opened the door like that, I guess you could call it like freight train type sound. So I'm pretty sure it's gassing again. The turbulators don't feel stuck at all. And I figured after a day or so of it, you know, burning as it should, that it would clean itself up, and it did. So I think I'm somewhat back to normal now. I've only been throwing in normal split size dry wood. I mean, putting these logs in, it actually burns really good. I still intermix them. I'll probably end up throwing a couple in today. Burning this kind of wood gives me the best coals. I know other people would say otherwise, but like I said, I don't burn just that in there. I put a couple of those in, intermixed with the split wood, and I get phenomenal coals out of that. So it works for me. So the fact that I think we're back to normal. I mean, it was cold last night. It was down, it might even hit the teens last night. It was really cold when I loaded it, so it's cold right now. Since I've been in the house this morning, I've heard the house run a few times, and I know the shops are running. So I think we're good. I think we're good. So I'm pretty sure the O2 sensor's working, just because when I looked at it yesterday, you know, it's hovering around 6, so when you look out at the chimney, that it looks pretty good. Maybe today, I don't know if today I'm going to maybe clean the fan area and double check the chimney just to make sure there's really good airflow, and see. I might actually give it one more day, because if it continues to gas properly, I know it'll clean up a little bit on its own. So we'll see. I'm still waiting on the parts from HeatMaster to fix like the refractory insulation door, the insulation on the bottom, no, the top damper on the back side of the panel. I'm waiting on that, because the one I have is really corroded. I busted one of those bolts on there, obviously. Well, I didn't bust it, it just fell apart. So I got to still back that out, put that back on. I don't think it's leaking there, because there's so many bolts holding it on. I will, when it goes into a cycle, I'll take a little piece of paper and I'll put it on both. I know the top air is wide open, because I cleaned that 2-3 weeks ago. The bottom one should be fine, but I'll put it on there. The only thing with that is that only opens like 10%, so I guess it'll still stick to it. I mean, the hole is so small, like I guess there'd be a draft. So I'll probably I'll film that later today. I'll do that. I've never done that, so we'll see. I'll take a small piece of paper, and hopefully it doesn't get sucked in there. That'd be my luck. It just pulls right out of my hand, but it should just go right in this piece of paper. So, but yeah, stay tuned. I'll see if I can show you guys that, and hopefully from now until then it burns good. I mean, it's still got a long way to go in the winter. I mean, I got plenty of wood, so I'm not concerned about it, but I'd like to be able to throw less in, you know. So, but yeah, stay tuned. All right, guys, so as promised, it's later in the day. She's in a burn cycle. Right now, our top air is at 100, bottom's at 14.2, target's 6, and it's roughly right around 6, so that's good. Let's see if she sticks here. So you can tell it's barely, you probably can't see it, but it's barely open. Obviously that sticks. This one's probably gonna get sucked through. Obviously that sticks too. So we know the air channels are open, so maybe it was just the bottom air is the reason why I wasn't gassing at all. So as of right now, she's running good. So I'm still running it at the, I guess you could say, the stock settings. I should change it. I should, factory settings, I guess you could say, which is like 26 to 35%. I should change it to the 15-25. You know what, I might do that right now. Because everything I put in there is for sure between that. I mean, technically I should probably put it to the less than 15%. So that would change the set point to 4%. I'm gonna leave it now since it's running, but maybe I'll switch that. I did that before last year on a test, and I could tell I had a little bit better burn time, but I am putting in a lot of bigger pieces. I mean, this is, to me, this is bigger. That's not ideal. I mean, that's pretty big. So obviously I know the inside of those are not going to be as dry. I think moving forward, I am going to put all of my wood into the kiln. I may or may not. I'm not going to dry like I would dry like typical firewood for kiln dried. I'll probably do it like how I did the logs, you know, 120 or 100, I don't remember what I did, 120, 125 degrees for 3-4 days. We'll see. I don't know. I think this winter, all my wood is really dry, so I'm not too concerned. But maybe like during the summer or something, I don't know. Depending on how much we go through this winter, obviously it's been pretty warm. So it's cold now. I mean, we're in the low 20s right now, So I think, so it's been a day and a half. I know you guys have been asking, like, what's the results? So this morning when I came out, obviously I did that first part of the video. So the coal bed has been phenomenal. I don't know if that's because the bottom air is cleaner, so it's running better. That I'm not sure. I'm running the same kind of wood as I was before, so that hasn't changed. So it's got to be, right? I can tell from the smokestack that it's burning how I used to when I first got it. You get that when it initially hits the burn cycle, you get a little bit of smoke. Obviously, everything's got to get heated back up. That looks normal. Like right now, I would show you, but you can't. It's dark out. It just looks like, I mean, I'll go look, but I doubt it. It's all condensation. I don't think the moon's out. It's been cloudy all day. Maybe. Oh, no, you should maybe be able to see it. Oh, maybe. I can see it, but I don't think you can on camera here. But it's, that to me just looks like condensation, vapor, or whatever. Actually, it's pretty cool, but you probably can't see it, so. But, no, I feel like she's running good again. So, some of you guys have asked, you know, what has HeatMaster, how is my relationship with them as far as, you know, getting parts, communication, and so on. So last year when I needed to get the updated nozzle, because my other nozzle was really warped, if you guys have been following along or if you looked at those old videos, you saw my original nozzle was practically destroyed. It was warped to the point where it was like poking up like 3-4 inches, maybe more. Twisted from all the heat, whatever. That was a pretty normal issue with the new 10,000s. So they gave me the new updated one, 3-piece. So I did all that through my dealer, which I purchased this through. And I also bought an additional fan just in case this one craps out on me like tonight. And I'm kind of screwed without the fan. So I got a backup of that. I did all that through him. I bought all my additional water treatment through him. But for the last, I'd say, month and a half, I've been going straight to HeatMaster headquarters themselves. I've been in contact with them for quite some time now, but I wanted to go straight to the engineers and get to the bottom of everything, why it's running the way it is, and some of the issues I had behind the top dampener when I pulled that plate off. I did record all that stuff. I didn't post it because it was a super long one. Probably wasn't as professional as it should have been, the video that I made on it. I was filthy. I was pretty upset. Anyways, so I had to get a new, what is it called? Like insulation behind the top plate. One of the bolts snapped off on me inside, so I have yet to get that out. I'll be doing that here shortly. I'll probably record that because that's going to be fun to do. I'm hoping I can get it out without screwing up the threads. I cleaned all the air channels when I did that. For the top air. I did it for like 4.5 hours. I got the panels off. That wasn't so, the panels weren't bad. It was the air channels that go back to where the back plate is for the top dampener. That was really, I don't even know how air was even getting through this. So I cleaned all that. It improved. I didn't do the bottom air, which I don't know why. I was just been busy. Did that obviously, 2 days ago now? And I think that was the main concern. So I guess for how much I put a strain on this boiler or working it, you know, I'm burning as much as the average person would probably do in maybe 3-4 years. So I guess it's kind of half my fault. I guess you could call it I neglected cleaning the machine, even though I'm burning extremely dry wood, which is honestly probably drier than 95% of the guys who have a gasser. And that's not being cocky. Obviously, I dry it in the kiln. A lot of my wood, some of my wood's been sitting for 2 years, so. And I got small splits. I mean, I could go do a moisture test on one of my logs or my wood right now, and it's probably 8-10%. So all this stuff here it all looks like hard maple. That's been last winter this time. That stuff is, there's no need to even test it. So it's not the wood, I could tell you that. So I've been in contact with them. They've been great. I've had 0 issues with them. So I have a bunch of parts on order being shipped to me. I should have those next week sometime. New insulation board for the lower refractory. I think a new gasket, the back. I'm not sure what else. Refractory cement for the whatever they're called, the bricks on the bottom, whatever they call them, drawing a blank. But so some just minor stuff. I still have yet to adjust the door. I don't think it's leaking, but I kind of want to tighten it up a little bit. I don't see any smoke or nothing when it gets out of a burn cycle. So I think we're back to normal. I honestly think we're back to normal, which is good. I'm getting really good burn times. The coal bed's actually back to where I used to be, where I'd come out in the morning or after 12 hours and the coal bed's 5-6 inches tall, which is great. I mean, that's what you need. I mean, you need that for it to gas properly. So no, I've been pretty happy now the last day and a half. So this video won't come out for another 2 days. I don't think. I got something else out. So yeah, no, I think we're back to normal. It's all good. So cross my fingers, obviously. But so I think from moving forward, I'm going to, depending on how much I run it in the summer, I'm probably going to do a deep clean. That means take the panels off, do the air channels 2 times a year for sure, maybe 3, depending on how. I think it really matters depending on how much I do the kiln. If I'm running the kiln, this baby's working. Or, you know, we could get a ton of snow in the next 2 months. She's really working then. So I'm just not too thrilled about doing that deep of a clean when it's this cold out. It's just cold. It's not because the house or the garages are gonna get cold. It's because I'm cold. I'm gonna be freezing, you know. So no, I think we're good. I honestly think we're good. The turbulators, they shake like normal. That usually works themselves out from what I understand. They were they weren't fully stuck. They were just very rough. Now they're back to normal. So the next couple days I'll clean the back fan area, do the chimney one more time. I usually do that every 3-4 weeks just because of how much I do burn or how much I am heating, that I'm working it. So, but I mean, she's climbing temp really good now. I mean, when we first walked out here, it was at 173, and within 10 minutes we're at 180 degrees. So if that's a telltale sign how it's for sure gassing, 100%. Because if it wasn't gassing, this thing would run for probably an hour, or if not longer. So, and I can hear my shop running. My house that probably runs every 10 minutes, you know, for a minute. But so I know it's working. At least I hope so. Nothing's been dripping since at all, and I know that because as soon as it hits top temp, that water gauge is maxed out. So I think we're good. I'll be curious to see if anything changes, which I doubt, when I put the new insulation piece on the bottom door. If I tighten the door up, which I will, because I feel like it's just a little bit soft, even though I don't think it is. I'm just gonna tighten it up just like a millimeter, you know. And then I'll definitely make a video of me getting that bolt that's corroded out to nothing out of there. I could probably just tap on it probably just falls apart. So yeah, so those of you that asked, I think we're good now. I honestly think we're good. So pretty happy about it. That way I don't have to wake up in the morning, hopefully tomorrow, and see the thing flashing at me that we're at low temp and I got bigger problems. So that's the last thing I got to do, because I got a busy day tomorrow and I don't want to be messing with this. I want to come out here, throw wood in it, walk away. And that's how it should be. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys there. If you have any comments, let me know your thoughts. Did I miss something on it, I'll be more than happy to address that. But as always, keep burning.